Hello everyone. Hope you must be aware that one of the two Boeing 777-300ER planes, the first dedicated planes for the President, Vice President and Prime Minister of India, has arrived in India on 1st October 2020. The second one will arrive in the coming months. These airplanes will be operated as VVIP flights not by the Air India but by the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force Air Headquarters Communications Squadron based at Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi will be in charge of operating these flights. These flights were a part of the commercial fleet of Air India for a few months in the year of 2018, after which they were sent back to Boeing for retrofitting for VVIP travel. According to officials, the total cost of purchase and retrofitting of these two aircrafts is estimated to be around 8,458 crore rupees. The Air India One with twin GE90-115 engine can fly at a maximum speed of 559.33 miles per hour and can go at a stretch without stopping for refueling between India and US, say for 17 to 18 hours. As per reports, the planes have security measures similar to that of the Air Force One used by the US President. The B777 planes have state-of-the-art missile defense system called Large Aircraft Infrared Countermeasures and Self-Protection Suites. These planes are also equipped with advanced communication facilities which allow to avail audio and video facilities mid-air without being hacked. I guess you might have got the essence of the preface that I have put in this video, which is actually titled India is Hungry. Yes, to point at the conspicuous paradox in our country where the government is rich and the people are poor. And furthermore striking is the observation that the opposition, which takes a jibe against the central government for making such huge investment in these aircrafts, does so when criticized about sitting on a cushion sofa on the tractor while supporting the farmers in their agitation against Farmers' Bill passed by the upper and lower houses of parliament in the month of September. Coming to the topic for the day, India ranks 94 out of 107 nations in Global Hunger Index and comes under serious hunger category. The neighboring nations like Bangladesh, Myanmar, Pakistan too are in the serious hunger category, but they are better ranked than India. Bangladesh stands at 75, Myanmar at 78, Pakistan at 88. Nepal in 73rd and Sri Lanka in 64th position come under the moderate hunger category. Out of the 107 nations, 17 nations including China, Belarus, Ukraine, Turkey, Cuba, Kuwait fare well with the GHI scores less than 5 and they rank top. Global Hunger Index is a tool designed to comprehensively measure and track hunger at global, national and regional levels. GHI scores are calculated every year to assess the progress and setbacks in attempts at combating hunger. Hunger is usually referred to the distress associated with the lack of sufficient calories. The Food and Agricultural Organization of United Nations defines food deprivation or undernourishment as a consumption of too few calories required to provide the minimum amount of dietary energy that each individual requires to lead a healthy and productive life, depending on the person's age, gender, stature and physical activity level. In the report which we are talking about, hunger refers to the index which is based on 4 component indicators, and these 4 indicators taken together give us an idea about the deficiencies in calories as well as micronutrients, and these are undernourishment, child wasting, child stunting and child mortality rate. The first of the indicators is undernourishment. That means share of the general population that is undernourished, that is whose calorie intake is insufficient in general. The second indicator is child wasting, that is a share of the children under 5 years of age who have low weight for their height, reflecting acute undernutrition. The third one is a child stunting, that is a share of the children under 5 years of age who have stunted growth, that is low height for their age, reflecting chronic undernutrition. Undernutrition, it goes beyond undernourishment because it involves deficiency of not only calories but proteins, vitamins and minerals. Undernutrition is the result of inadequate intake of food in terms of quantity or quality. Poor utilization of nutrients could be due to infection or illnesses or a combination of these factors. These in turn are caused by a number of factors like household food insecurity, inadequate maternal health and child care practices, or inadequate access to health services, sanitation and safe water. The fourth indicator is child mortality, that is a mortality among the children under 5 years of age, and it reflects a fatal mix of inadequate nutrients and unhealthy environment. GHI severity scale is a 100-point scale where 0 is the best, no hunger, and 100 is the worst. It's a scale ranging from low to severely alarming with a range of possible GHI scores. With a score of 27.2, India comes under the serious hunger category. 14% of India's population is undernourished. Our country has 37.4% stunting rate and 17.3% wasting rate among children under 5 years of age. The under 5 mortality rate stands at 3.7%. Now, as far as the source of data for the Global Hunger Index is concerned, this data are obtained by the UN and other multilateral agencies. Undernourishment data are provided by the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations. Child mortality rate are obtained from the United Nations Interagency Group for Child Mortality Estimation. Child wasting and child stunting data are obtained from the joint database of the UNICEF, World Health Organization, World Bank, as well as from the WHO's continuously updated global database on child growth and malnutrition. The Global Hunger Index uses the most up-to-date data available for each of the GHI indicators. For the calculation of the 2020 GHI scores, the undernourishment data are obtained from 2017 to 2019. Child stunting and wasting data obtained from 2015 to 2019, and the child mortality data are from 2018. In 2020, owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, at least a few of the GHI component indicators are more likely to worsen, which will be reflected in the coming year's Global Hunger Index report. As we analyze the causes for the poor performance of India in the Global Hunger Index report, we understand that malnutrition in India is a complex interplay of various factors like poverty, insufficient supply of healthy food, safe drinking water, sanitation, hygiene practices, maternal health and illiteracy, home environment, infections like diarrhea, and poor dietary practices. According to experts, our country is good in programs and planning and policies in nutrition, but the ground reality is otherwise. Since 1975, Indian government is providing a package to combat child hunger and malnutrition through Integrated Child Development Scheme through Anganwadi workers. Further, National Food Security Act is also an important step to ensure greater access to adequate quantity of quality food at affordable cost via targeted public distribution system. However, the desired and planned outcomes have not yet been achieved because of the corruption in the public distribution system. Furthermore, the performance of larger states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh affect India's whole average because these big states, they have a combination of a larger population as well as higher rates of malnutrition. Every 5th child in India is born in Uttar Pradesh. So if we want to bring about a change in the nutrition and health index of India, then we need to bring about a major change in these bigger states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh. There is a need to integrate actions to make public health and nutrition a priority across each sector. Experts further suggest 5 measures to prevent exacerbation of hunger during the pandemic. First one of them is safeguard and promote access to nutritious, healthy and affordable diets. Second is investing in improving maternal and child health during pregnancy, infancy and early childhood. The third point is early detection and treatment of child wasting. The fourth point is provision of safe and nutritious school meals to vulnerable children. And the fifth point is expand social protection so that the access to this healthy diets as well as essential services is assured. In short, good food, good health and good living conditions have to be assured to the underprivileged, not just in planning and policies but actually in implementation. To sum up, if you are a person who receives food more than that required to satisfy your appetite just to discard the excess, henceforth do remind yourselves that India is hungry. There are many children who sleep on empty stomach just because they have been cursed with a deadly combination of incapable and irresponsible parents and corrupt local authorities indifferent to their plight. Give it a thought. I wind it up for today, expecting you to subscribe and share. See you in the next video. Thank you.